Welcome to another episode of the Jarring Science Club. I'm your host, Brenda, and today we're going to be learning about how the type of packaging that you choose can hurt or help the environment. We're going to be learning about 3 common types of packaging: plastic, styrofoam, and cardboard. We're going to find out which one breaks down the fastest in soil within the period of about a month. For this project, you're going to need 3 jars filled with soil. We're using potting soil. 3 or more types of packaging to test. I'm doing cardboard, styrofoam, and plastic. This came off of the packaging from paper towels. This came out of a shipping container. And this is from a soda container. You also will need some water and a lid for each one of your jars. All right, well, let's get started. Here we are up close, and we're going to put our ground pollution jars together. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is break your little materials into smaller pieces. So I've got my plastic ones I'm gonna put in this jar, and my styrofoam ones in this jar, and then my cardboard in the last jar. Make sure your soil is damp. It's gonna be a lot harder to break things down without the help of water. So then we're just gonna bury our materials in the ground, which is what they do at a landfill. All right, we got all those tucked away, and now we're just gonna put the lids on. And then we're just gonna let it sit for a month and come back and see what it looks like. And you can actually do this experiment for a lot longer than a month. You could do it at the beginning of the school year and check on it once a month until the end of the year and see how far things have broken down in that time. You can do whatever time scale you want. And this actually makes a really fun science fair project to try because there are variables to test and it's actually solving a real world problem. All right, I'm gonna finish lidding these up and then we'll take a look at them in a month and see where they are. Okay, it's been about a month, so now we're gonna open up our jars and see what happened to the packaging material inside. We're doing our own excavation here. This one is the plastic, and it looks exactly the same, no breakdown at all. This is the paper, and it's damp and it started to break down a little bit, but still not very much. This one's coated in plastic, which made it last longer. And this one is the styrofoam. Also no change whatsoever. So that shows it's really important to pick compostable and recyclable packaging materials whenever you can because it takes a really long time to break them down in soil. How can you, as a single child family or class, make a difference in how much packaging waste is made? Here's the science. About 1/3 of the trash that we throw away in a year actually comes from packaging. This means that we could reduce the entire amount of trash and waste by 33 or more % just by reducing how much packaging we're using, or by switching to compostable or recyclable packaging materials. While companies decide what type of packaging to use for their products, we can help influence and encourage companies to choose packaging that's better for the earth by purchasing products that have recycled packaging, that have compostable packaging, or that just have less packaging in general. A lot of times when you go to buy something, there's the outer box, then the inside object is wrapped in plastic, there's often styrofoam to cushion it, then there could be multiple bags of plastic inside of that. All of that packaging waste usually ends up in a landfill, and very little of it is recyclable. In our experiment, we tested some plastic, some cardboard, and some styrofoam to see which one broke down, if any, at the end of the month. We put our packaging material in some soil, some damp soil, we sealed it up and we let it sit for a month, then we uncovered it. The plastic and styrofoam were basically unchanged within the period of a month. Both plastic and styrofoam are made from fossil fuels and can take years and years and years to break down. Sometimes decades or even hundreds of years. Unfortunately, both styrofoam and plastic are some of the most used types of packaging today. Cardboard packaging breaks down faster in a landfill. But as our experiment showed, it didn't fully break down in a month either. Even cardboard, which is a recyclable and compostable material, does take time to break down. And so reducing the amount of packaging that we use to begin with will make a big difference in how much trash is produced. The term that is important to look for when you're searching for products packaged in recyclable or compostable packaging is biodegradable materials. A biodegradable material will break down over time and return to its natural state. Biodegradable products also won't leach chemicals into the soil, which is very important for preventing ground pollution. When you are selecting products to buy, ones that are made from paper products are more likely to have been made from recycled materials or be recyclable. Most cardboard is now recyclable, most paper products are made from recycled paper, and even some plastic products are now being made from recycled plastics. Most brands will say that they use a certain percent of recycled plastic or paper on the label. And you can do your part to help the environment by looking for ones that have the highest percentage of recycled or compostable or biodegradable materials listed on the package. That's one way that we can tell companies, even just as kids or normal people living in the world, that the environment is important to us. When we make the conscious choice to choose something that is packaged in a biodegradable material or a recycled material, then we're telling these companies that's important to us. And more companies will create products that are made from these biodegradable materials, which helps us, it helps animals, and it helps the world. That's it for today. See you next time.